Hello everyone, Josh here, and this is an amazing video where we get to look at all of my natural artifacts. Okay, so first up on my list is my great horned owl feather. Now, I have had this feather for a number of weeks, or actually a number of months, and so fortunately my sister was able to find it in our side yard. And so one had recently moved into the area at the time, but I only saw a brief glimpse of it at night. And then my sister found the feather, and I now have a natural artifact of a great horned owl. Now on to the rest of my feathers. So here I have my blue jay feather and my European starling feather. So these aren't as glamorous as my great horned owl feather, but I still found them in the natural environment. So I've seen blue jays around my neighborhood. I've even heard them mimicking birds of prey calls. So a cool fact about blue jays is mimic the calls of birds of prey such as hawks and eagles. I've heard it personally when a blue jay mimicked a red-tailed hawk. It was super cool to see. Next, I have a clamshell. So this clamshell is extremely shiny on the inside, and this has these gray and white. It's one of my lesser natural artifacts, but I thought it was still cool because I found it near Lake Ontario. Now I usually found zebra mussel shells, and I had never found one this large, so I picked it up and brought it home. It's extremely cool, very shiny inside, great iridescence inside, and it's really awesome because I'm hoping this was a native species and a non-invasive species. It was just really cool to see. And then up next, I have a piece of a wasp nest. And so wasp nests are massive. During the winter time, which is what it is now in southern Ontario, you get to see all of the ones that were hidden by all the leaves and foliage during summer. So I counted at least 5 scattered around my neighborhood, varying sizes, but this is the kind of material that they're made up of. It's very cool. I'm not entirely sure what exact material or how it's exactly made, but you can see beautiful grays, browns, a lot of different shades and different colors in this kind of crinkly material. Next, we have my reptile natural artifacts. And so I happen to have the full snake shed of an eastern garter snake. So this is coming back from 2 or 3 years ago. I was walking in my schoolyard and I saw the full thing stretched out in the side of the field. And so I couldn't believe how perfectly preserved it was. It was the head scales, the entire body length, and then the tail. I brought it home with me immediately, and it instantly became one of my favorite natural artifacts. Next, much more recently, during this year when I went to Arundel Park and caught a common water snake, I got underneath a rock the full snake shed of the individual that I caught. It was the exact same size, the exact same length, and it was again perfectly preserved. Now, the tail came off in my pocket because it was just freshly shed, but after it hardened a bit, I'm still left with the full snake shed. It's a lot smaller because it was just a young individual, but it was an amazing find. Last but not least, we have a fossil. So I was walking along the creek bed in the marsh, and then while looking for frogs and toads, I saw this fossil amidst all of the rocks scattered along the creek bed. And so I had never found anything like this before, and so I was ecstatic when I found it. So apparently, according to an expert, it's called a belemnite. So belemnites, they were a part of a family of prehistoric cephalopods. Cephalopods are like squid and octopus. And so I had no idea what I found before the expert told me. I thought it was just the bone of a fish. It looks like we're going down the back to the tail, but no. Apparently this is a part of a prehistoric squid, and it was one of the most significant discoveries I've ever had in the marsh, and I was so happy to have found it. Well, that wraps up today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to hear about the natural artifacts that you happen to have at your home. So hit the comment section down below, and if you want to, tell me what you found. I truly hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Josh out.